What's up? It's your boy Kazi, Kazi Plays, and today I got some tips for you guys to help you out with your matches. Some are small and others are big, but I will let you guys be the judge of that. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now the first thing we're going to talk about is Burnout Recovery. If you don't know already, whenever you're in any type of clash, you can pop the boost button, and every time you do, it'll take up 1 bar of ki per boost to increase your chances of winning the clash. However, if you have no ki and you press the boost button, you will enter the state of burnout. And 1 bar will be added every time you keep pressing the boost button while in burnout. Once the clash ends, you won't be able to do anything, and until that red burnout bar runs out, you'll be stuck like that. I'll put up a side-by-side comparison, but what you can do is that you can mash all the buttons on your controller to speed up the process. This also works too if you get put in a stamina break. Moving on, let's talk about ki blast spam. And as you may know already, this tactic is something that's used by a lot of players, especially the players who are using characters that have unblockable ults such as Z, Broly, or Beerus. There are 2 conditions that have to be met. 1, there has to be a little bit of space between you and your opponent, and 2, you need to have a character that has a rush move. If you haven't noticed, even though you can just keep spamming ki blasts, there is a bit of a pause in between them. So what you're doing is that you're taking the opportunity between that pause to hit them with a rush move, because you'll have enough time to activate your rush move and then go through the ki blast and hit them, because they'll be mid animation. Sadly, this doesn't work with beams because they have enough time to avoid them. Next, let's talk about revenge counters. Now, if you don't know already, revenge counters, basically what they do is that they use 2 of your stocks to knock the enemy off of you, and as a result, it gives you a bit of breathing room. However, revenge counters have one major weakness. Sure, it gets your opponent off of you for a moment, but they can take their turn right back if they're paying attention for it and react fast enough. On top of that, there are certain characters where they don't have to step back to pop their rush move, and as a result, you can just go ahead and pop it right in their face the second they do a revenge counter, which is something that I like to do a lot to punish people who use revenge counters. Which is the main reason why I never use revenge counters, because I feel like it's hurting you more than helping you. If you made it this far into the video and want to dive further into the community, I do got a Discord, link will be in the description below. There we talk about Sparking Zero, anime, manga, and whatnot. And also, you'll be able to stay notified about everything that happens on the channel. So if you're interested, feel free to stop by, we'd love to have you. Moving on, let's talk about super loops. Basically, there are certain characters like MUI, Goku, and Hit where when they pop their super, they teleport in front of you instead of flying up to you. And after the super is done, they can immediately follow it up with another one and just keep looping you over and over again. And if you try to recover, you'll be stuck in the recovery animation and they'll hit you while you're in that animation. To avoid this, you need to delay your recovery and wait for the second super so you can vanish that. Because what a lot of players, what they're doing is that they're waiting for you to pop your recovery, and if you're not recovering, you're gonna assume that you can't recover and you're gonna try to follow it up to get a cheap hit. And finally, let's talk about countering instant sparking. Especially when you're going against a character that has an unblockable ult, instant sparking is really annoying to deal with. And I bet you've been in a situation where someone is popping instant sparking and you don't have enough ki to fly up to them to interrupt it. If you head over to the shop and then you go to the ability items and scroll all the way down until you see the secret to Z burst dash. What it does is that basically whenever you're popping your homing dash, you won't have to use any ki for it. That way, when somebody is trying to go into insta sparking, you'll always be able to fly up to them and interrupt it. And those are all the tips that I have to help you guys out with your matches. And if you have any tips that I haven't mentioned in this video, feel free to put it in the comments below to help everybody else out. And yeah, if you do want more Sparkins on the channel, why don't go to support your boy. But yeah, I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Y'all take it easy.